Hi Virgo, welcome to December. This is Teresa from Tarot-Waite, and this month we have Neptune moving direct on the 4th. We have a full moon in Gemini on the 7th, and we have a new moon in Capricorn on the 23rd, and Chiron goes direct. Of course, we have the solstice on the 21st. Mercury retrograde at the end. Mercury goes retrograde at the end of the month on the 29th. I can't talk today. But we won't be feeling that. We'll start to feel it mid-December, but it's going to mostly be active in January. So anyway, in the meantime, let's see what Virgo needs to know about love and relationships for the month of December. What's coming up for Virgo in December of 2022? What does Virgo need to know? December 2022. What does Virgo need to know December 2022? About love and relationships. Tell us what we need to know for Virgo about love and relationships. The 7 of Pentacles, the 2 of Cups, the 7 of Wands, Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the 6 of Swords, the 8 of Wands, the 9 of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, and the card at the bottom of the deck is the 5 of Wands. So this is interesting. Okay, so you start the month off wondering about a relationship, where it's going, and what's going to develop. You have the 2 of Cups crossing, and that's a good connection. That's a good soulmate connection sign. So you might be involved with someone that you really feel a strong connection to, but for some reason, I see with the 7 of Pentacles, you're wondering, maybe you're not sure of where it's going to go. Like, is this going to develop into something more significant? It's possible that some of you are starting a new relationship, or you're just getting involved like in the beginning stages of a relationship, and you're wondering, how is it going to progress? You have the 7 of Cups in the past. That can mean that you have a lot of options. So you could be trying to decide which. For those of you who are dating, you might be trying to decide which option is the best one for you. So there could be, one person that you've been dating for a while, one person that's a newer connection, and, is this going to work out? I think the feelings are good, but I feel like you're looking for the flaws. You're looking for the other shoe to drop. Like, things are great for the most part, but it's almost like you don't trust it. I'm getting the feeling that, because like you have this is a card of planting seeds and waiting to see what's going to develop. But I think with the 2 of Cups here, I think that you're connecting with someone that can be a good match. Now you do have the 5 of Wands here. That can mean petty conflicts. So it could be that you're arguing over things that are really not that important, or you've been fighting over petty things maybe because you're under stress. But it's not like a major, I don't see it as a major problem, like you're not compatible. It can also mean that because you have several options, like the 7 of Cups is a card of not knowing what to do. Like, I don't know what I want. It's like, yeah, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. And you're imagining what the future could be like, but you're not really taking action to make that future happen. It's kind of like you're in this holding pattern, waiting maybe for a sign that things are more stable, or waiting to see, you don't want to jump in too quickly, because Virgos are earth signs, and I'm an earth sign as well, Taurus. We don't like to rush into things. We like to take our time and play a wait and see game. So you could be having some internal conflict. If you're not having the fighting over petty stuff, Like, you left the toothpaste out, or, you didn't turn, whatever, you left the water running. If you're not fighting over little things like that, then it could be internal conflict in trying to make a choice or make a decision about a relationship. The Queen of Pentacles is here. That could be your energy, or you could be dealing with another earth sign like yourself, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. But I also feel if this is your energy, you might be focused on the past. And maybe that's why you're being cautious in this situation, because you're thinking about a past relationship, maybe where there was conflict, or and you don't want that to happen again. So you're being really careful and cautious this time. But you have the Six of Swords here coming up into the future. And that's a card of releasing the past, releasing a difficult situation, and moving into something better. The Six of Swords means progress toward harmony. Progress, like you're moving. This woman here is in a boat, and sometimes she has a child with her. She's leaving, trouble behind. She's leaving difficulty behind. She's moving toward something where there's more compatibility. So you could be leaving a relationship. If you were involved in a relationship that wasn't working out, some of you might be leaving that and moving towards something new. That's more where you're more compatible. I mean, you've got this Eight of Wands energy coming up in the future. That's like the arrows of love, things happening quickly. So you might be connecting with someone. If you haven't met them yet, you could meet them in December. And the feelings are going to be like sudden. Like all of a sudden, the sparks are flying. And it may be a little bit scary, because you have this Nine of Cups energy. Now, the Nine of Cups in a reading means yes. You're going to get your wish. So if you're looking for love, it's on. If you're looking to connect with someone, find a soulmate, create a better partnership, whatever your goal is, you can achieve it. The only problem is it's in your negative thinking sector. So you're letting your fears take over and get in the way of the good things that are coming. Because things are changing. You've got the Wheel of Fortune here. Your luck is changing. So if you've been in a difficult situation, that energy is shifting, and now things are going to be speeding up. And you can get your wish. But you're going to have to start to think more positive. Focus on the positive. Don't look at all the things that could possibly go wrong. Don't focus on the little details where you're getting, you have to learn gratitude for what's good. Like focus on what's good about the relationship. Don't nitpick, because that could interfere with the relationship and its future success. You've got the Page of Pentacles in your environment. This is a card of the student. It's also a card of, it could be a child, could be a message coming. I feel like whoever you're involved with, either you're dating or I feel like it's a new relationship, a new energy, because it's a page. If it was a king or a queen, that would be more of an established person. So you could be starting something new, and this person is open. They're open to the new. So maybe the person you're dating has just come out of a relationship, and you both might have come out of a relationship, and you're like, okay, what's next? Let's try something new. So it's also a card of the student, so you could be learning new things. Maybe you've learned some lessons from past relationships, and you're applying them in the new situation. Okay, I'm not going to do this again. I know when I made that mistake, that was, damaging to my relationship. I'm going to do things differently this time. The Wheel of Fortune is here, so your luck is changing. So nothing lasts forever. So if you're going through a difficult time, like they say, if you're going through hell, keep on going, because eventually it's going to shift. So I feel like this month the energy is shifting in your favor. And it can bring new love, or it can bring a new beginning in an existing relationship where you're learning things about each other. You're learning how to deal with conflict. And things are happening quickly. Someone may even tell you how they feel. You might get a confession of love from someone, or it might be even you. Sometimes the Eight of Wands can mean travel. Maybe you're going somewhere with someone that you care about. You're taking a journey, a trip. Maybe that's going to help shift the energy too. Getting out of your environment and going on a journey with someone that you care about may shift the relationship into a more positive state. You also have the Chariot. That's another travel card, you know. But the thing with the Chariot is you might have been the Chariot is about victory through success and discipline and focus. So it's possible that you might have been working on multiple projects and you've been too scattered, so you haven't had time to really devote to a relationship. Maybe you've been busy with work, and that's been taking up a lot of your time, and you've been neglecting a partnership. So the Chariot is telling you, if you want love, if you want to make this thing permanent or successful, you may need to drop some of your side projects and focus and leave time for love. Leave time. Focus on what's important to you and get rid of all those distractions that are taking you away from what you really want to achieve in this relationship. It's also about self-control, controlling your mind. Don't let your fears and your worries override the good energy that's coming in. Because it is going to be good. I feel like it's going to be a good month for you, with greater harmony, a wish fulfillment, possible travel, but also possible developments in a relationship in a more positive way. So you're getting away from this conflict energy and you're moving toward love rushing in. So let's see what the angels have to say. What do the angels want you to know? About love this month. Conflict. Okay. So yeah, that's what I was kind of seeing. Like everything is good except for conflict resolution. Feelings which you have suppressed for a very long time are yearning to be acknowledged and expressed. You are torn between what you think is the right thing to do and what your heart wants. And this is the primary cause of the stress in your life. Your angels urge you to follow your heart. Do what you love, not what you think you should do. So that's it. Maybe the Five of Wands here is more about internal conflict. What should I do? What, do I stay in my current situation? Do I move to a new situation? Do I embrace this new love that's on offer? Follow your heart. That's the advice from the angels and from the cards. And don't bring trouble and worry in where it doesn't need to be. Okay, let's see what the astrology has to say. So we have this full moon in Gemini. And that's in your 10th house. And it's also, so the sun is in your 4th house, because when the moon is full, the sun and moon are in opposition. So the 4th house has the sun, and the moon and Mars are in 10. The 10th house is your house of career, your life direction. So you've been really energetic, going over, working hard on your career. And it's been taking up a lot of your energy, because wherever Mars is, that's where your energy is focused. So Mars is retrograding now. It's going to be retrograding in your 10th house until March. It will go direct in January. But now, while it's in the retrograde period, it's a time of rethinking. So you might be rethinking your life path. Am I on the right path? Am I doing the work that I need to be doing? Am I in the right relationship? All those questions might be coming up now. And there may be a conflict between your needs, your career needs, and your needs of your home and family. And you have to make some sacrifices or compromises. You have Saturn in the 6th house, so definitely work. You've been working your butt off. Because when Saturn's in the 6th house, you feel like you're a slave to your job. But the good thing is Mars in your 10th is trining Saturn in the 6th. The moon and the sun are... the moon is trining Saturn, because the moon is in Gemini, Mars is in Gemini. It's trining Saturn in Aquarius. In your 6th house, Mars is sextile, so that's a favorable aspect as well, from your 4th house to the 6th. So Saturn, even though you're working hard, you're going to see the results of that hard work. It's going to give you rewards, especially when Saturn moves out of the 6th house. Right now, it's coming to the end of the 6th. It's in 20 degrees. It's got another 10 to go. Next year, it'll be moving into Pisces, your 7th house. And that's when you're going to see some truths about relationships. But right now, it's time to really go after what you want in terms of career, but also in terms of health. Saturn makes you realize, you might be committing to a health regimen. Like if you've been overworking, maybe you have to say, okay, I have to have work-life balance. I need to do some fun things. It can't be all work and no play. I have to make time for fun. I have to make time for love. I have to make time for my home and my family. If you're married, if you're in a committed partnership, it can't be all about work, because that's going to affect your health if you're overworking, and you don't take time to recharge. So it's time for you to set boundaries, because Virgo this is your house, the 6th house. And it's about service. How do you serve in the world? And Virgo is all about service. You just want to help people. You want to do your part, contribute your energy to a cause. But sometimes you have to learn. You can't over-sacrifice, because if you don't take care of you and serve yourself at some times, you're not going to have the energy to serve anyone else. So leave room in your schedule for you, for doing things that you love, doing things, taking time out from the stress, taking time to eat healthy, exercise, take care of your body, and you'll do fine. Now, this new moon, or this full moon, I should say, it's going to bring certain things to the surface. You're going to see certain truths around career and home and family, because full moons illuminate things. They bring things out. So anything that's been hidden might come to the surface now. Neptune's in your 7th house with Jupiter. So this is a tricky thing, because when Neptune's in the 7th house, you may sacrifice too much for a partner. You may idealize a love interest. So maybe now you're going to see the truth about someone that you thought you knew. Like, wow, I thought, this person was great, and now I'm seeing certain things where I've been deceived. That could happen. But Jupiter's also there, so I feel like Jupiter's bringing abundance and opportunity. So you could be if you're meeting someone new with Jupiter in the 7th house, they could be very financially stable, and they could bring a lot of positive energy to your life. So you might be walking away from a draining relationship, a toxic tie, and connecting with someone that's going to be a positive energy. You have Venus in the 4th. And Venus in the 4th, it brings harmony with your people that you're living with. You may want to decorate your house. You might be fixing your house up. And you have Pluto in the 5th. Now, Jupiter is forming a sextile to Pluto while it's in Pisces. Eventually, it's going to move to Aries. So it's at the tail end of the Pisces reign, So if you haven't found your soulmate yet, get out there and look, because Jupiter is giving you blessings to find that perfect partner. But when Jupiter is sextile Pluto, that can bring abundance and money. So if you're connecting with a new partner, that person is probably very financially secure. But it also, the 7th house also relates to business partnerships. So if you're forming new business partnerships, which is possible too, doing something that you really love, because the 5th house is creativity, you've got Mercury there, it could involve buying, selling, writing, communicating. It's going to be a moneymaker. So you've got some good ideas on how to bring fun and abundance into your life. So between forming a partnership that can bring not only just fun, but also money. So you can be doing work that you love, like something that you've always wanted to do, but it's also going to be profitable. Let's see, you have Chiron's in the 8th house right now, and it's sextile the moon in Gemini. So the 8th house has to do with our shadow. It's the house of transformation. It's the house of other people's money. So there could be some healing that you need to do around receiving financial support from someone else. Maybe you've lived your life always like, I can take care of myself and I don't need anybody else's money, or you might even be afraid to be vulnerable around issues around money. Like asking, like if you're going through a difficult time financially and you need to ask someone for a loan, you may be afraid to do that. Like there's a pride issue. But whatever it is, it's also the house of intimacy and bonding with someone on the soul level. So I feel like this moon is going to let you see what you've been doing that keeps intimacy away. Or what have I been doing to block? Why am I afraid of connecting with someone? And how have I been acting to push people away when I really want to connect with them? So that can come, and that can be revealed at the full moon, and then you could have some kind of a healing, an opportunity to heal those fears. Then we have the new moon in the 5th house. Like I said, new beginning. 5th house is love, relationship, romance. It's also the house of children, and it's the house of creative projects, creative self-expression. It's the fun house. And when you have a new moon there, you could be starting a new project that you find it's really fun, and it speaks to who you are. It's squaring Jupiter in the 8th, so it could be that you need money to make it a success, and you might have to get a loan from a bank, and you might be a little bit nervous about that. But you've also, by the time of this new moon, Venus has moved out of your 4th house and is now in the 5th house with with Mercury, your ruling planet, and Pluto. So Pluto, Venus, and Mercury, if you're not in a love relationship, it's on. And plus with the new moon, it can bring a powerful new beginning that really affects you on a deep level. It transforms your life in some way. And with Mercury and Venus, when they come together, they are like, I've got ideas, and it's about money. I can bring in money. Venus is bringing in love and money. Mercury's bringing in ideas, and you're just excited about what you're doing. And Pluto is transforming. It's like you're going big. It's like go big or go home. It's going to change your life in some way. So whether it's a new creative project, a new business, a new romance, or even a new connection with a child that you have, maybe you're even having a child, for those of you that are looking to have more children. All those things could be the result of all this activity in your 5th house and the new moon. With the new moon, you're starting something new. There's new energy coming in. And in Capricorn, you can build something solid. You just have to do the work. It may be a lot of work, but it's going to bring you joy. It's going to be something like a labor of love. So it's not going to be like, oh, I have to do this thing. It's going to be like, yeah, I can't wait to do this thing. And I'm up all night working on it, And what else? Uranus has been in your 9th house. So it's changing your belief systems. It's changing. You might be doing more traveling. You might be changing what you once thought. Like you're realizing maybe what you believed to be true in the past is no longer valid. And now you're finding you're changing your thoughts about spirituality and religion. You might even be connecting with people from around the globe, people that are different than you, that get you out of your comfort zone. But for the most part, I feel like, and Venus is trining Uranus. So I feel like if you're starting something, if you're starting a romance, you could be connecting with someone that's very different than you, like a free spirit, someone who opens you up to different ways of living. And you might be connecting, like if you're creating a new project, you might be connecting with people around the globe, like a global market or something like that. You're doing something innovative, something that involves technology. So maybe you're not only having like a physical project, you might be doing some online thing, something that involves publishing or the internet. What else? But Venus trine Uranus can also bring an unexpected romance. Like somebody really exciting just pops into your life, and all of a sudden you're like, it's on, love is on. So this is going to be an exciting time right after the new moon. And then your Neptune is already direct, so let's see, where's Neptune? So Neptune has been in your 7th house, and it's been retrograde since like June or something. So that was a time of rethinking your relationships and trying to figure out what really speaks to you, trying to see what's like, get through the fog and the confusion. Now that Neptune goes direct, you're going to have a clearer idea of where you want to go with a relationship. So that can mean either moving away from it, fixing it, connecting with someone new that brings more romance into your life. But things are going to start to happen in your relationship. So if you've been putting things on the back burner because you've been busy with work, now you're going to maybe take action. Mercury, your ruling planet, is going to go retrograde at the end of the month. So if you have to sign any contracts, do it at the beginning of December. Don't wait till Mercury retrogrades. But if you have to do something when Mercury retrogrades, Make sure you read the fine print and know what you're getting into, because things might change. But Mercury in your fifth, I feel that it could be that a past person comes back into your life. So if you've lost contact with someone, you might run into them and want to start things up again. Or there could be like if you had a falling out with a child, that might be coming back. Or it might even be an idea, a creative idea that you had in the past that you never acted on because you just didn't have the time, or the opportunity timing wasn't right. So if you're going back to something from the past, that's the best way to use the Mercury retrograde energy, because you're going back to something you already dealt with in the past, and now you're tweaking it to make it better the second time around. And so if it's a past love that you're reconnecting and you're trying to make it work the second time, that's good. That's what Mercury's for. If you're rewriting, a business plan, or you're reconfiguring a creative project, these are all the things that are blessed by Mercury. So you've got a lot of exciting things coming up in December, Virgo. I just saw a giant bird fly across my window, so I had to take a minute. Anyway, your life is changing in a positive way, and especially after this new moon. So whatever's starting at the new moon, you can tweak it. If it's an old person coming back, you'll be dealing with them through January, because Mercury's retrograding and it starts on the 29th of December, but it'll go into January, the first couple of weeks of January, before it goes direct. So just go back to the drawing board and make an idea work. You have that opportunity now, especially after the new moon, and you will be enjoying the work that you do. You'll be enjoying this new moon and this new beginning. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Virgo. If you liked the reading, if it resonated with you, leave a comment. Click on the like button. Click on the subscribe button if you want to support the channel. It really helps with the algorithms and all that. So in the meantime, thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching, for listening. If you're new, welcome. If you would like a private reading, because this is a general reading, it may not apply to everyone, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website, and we can get you scheduled for a reading. In the meantime, have a wonderful holiday season, whatever you're celebrating. Happy solstice, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah. Whatever it is, whatever speaks to your heart, I hope that your holiday season is filled with love and light and only the best of things. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.